G'day chaps. I thought you might appreciate a little review of No Man's Sky after a couple of hours of gameplay. Let me be clear up front straight away, however, that this is not my gameplay. I don't have the game yet. I'm the same as pretty much everybody else. But I have been watching a live stream. There are quite a few live streams emerging now. And what it seems like is happening is that people have got their hands on physical copies of the PlayStation game before the release date, and even though Twitch and I think YouTube are trying to take these streams down, there are so many of them that you're still able to watch. So if you go to YouTube Live or Twitch and you type in No Man's Sky, you will find something if you want to watch what the game is actually like. Now, into the actual review itself. Firstly, like my overall impressions, I guess. Let's cover that first. I'm really feeling much better about the game. I'm feeling much better about ordering No Man's Sky, and I feel like I actually get the game. I understand what it is now. I didn't really get that before, to be honest, despite all the trailers and Sean talking about the game. I didn't really understand what the overall point of it was. Whereas now I can kind of see that you are almost like a freelance explorer, basically. So you go along, and I'll try and splice the footage in for you to watch while I'm talking about this, so you can see what I'm talking about. So you go along, you're discovering things. It's primarily a discovery game. So all these planets and species you're finding, you get to upload them to the sort of galactic library, and the galactic library will then reward you for uploading that information to it. So it's really quite straightforward. I'm not quite sure what you can do with those units yet, but I guess you can put it towards the your ship and other things, and I'll come back to like the objectives. Okay, now let's get into a little bit more detail. I'm going to cover off the gameplay. I'm going to cover off the kind of mechanics of the game. I'm going to cover off the music, the sound design, and then the objectives / rewards in kind of that order. Alright, gameplay first. From what I can tell from the gameplay, it's a really serene game. It's really peaceful, and it has quite a slow pace to it, and I personally really like that. It reminds me of, I always say this, but it reminds me of The Long Dark on its sort of quiet moments. So very peaceful, very very enjoyable. I personally really like that. I also found the game to be quite immersive. Once you've bought into the sort of cartoony graphics and the universe, it's quite immersive. The other thing I really liked was just the simple fact that you have a jetpack. I think that's pretty cool. I really like the idea of having a jetpack and being able to scoot around and jump over these massive sort of chasms in the landscape as you go along. I'll come back to the kind of the gameplay when we talk about objectives as well, but let's move on to the mechanics, as in like, how does the game work? So from what I can tell, you have these journey milestones. So you have things like a damaged ship or whatever that you have to go and discover, and then you'll find these technologies at the ship or new minerals, and then you get a notification a journey milestone has appeared. Another thing that happens is that you get damaged technologies, so there is a degradation system. So the technologies on your ship will become damaged over time. They will also need to be recharged, so you need to go out and mine resources, and then you have to kind of repair them to keep on playing the game, to keep on exploring. Another cool thing that I saw is that you can actually see the landscape generate in front of you. This is kind of like a little observation, but it really proves the fact that this is absolutely procedurally generated on the fly, and it's quite amazing to watch. You have a limited inventory in your ship and in your exosuit. Your exosuit also, you need to upgrade it because you have a heat cold system, and you also have like a stamina system. So this is a survival game. If you're on a planet that's very cold and your exosuit isn't upgraded enough, you will get too cold, and then you start getting into a kind of survival situation. So they're the kind of mechanics of like how it's gonna work. Music, let's cover that quickly. I thought it was a really nice electronic sort of vibe. It phases in again like The Long Dark, so you know, at sort of quieter moments, or I don't know how they choose it, but the music will just kind of seamlessly come into the background. And I love it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great mood, and it really fits the game. Again, back to this sort of serene, quiet, peaceful, slow pace. It fits really nicely. The sound design, it seemed okay. I couldn't really tell levels of depth from the live stream, but it seems alright. Basically, though, I'm unsure about how good the sound design as a whole is, apart from the music, so I'm just going to skip right ahead onto the kind of objectives and rewards. So, I kind of covered off, you've got mining / gathering for upgrades to your ship and your suit. You also have technologies. You go and find these technologies when you get these notifications to go and explore a damaged ship. And you can discover them from trading and these kind of experiences where you have to answer a question, these little challenges you get from in-game characters. And these technologies, as I understand it, allow you to go off and explore new worlds. So there'll be some worlds that will be completely inaccessible because they'll be too hot, too cold, whatever. And you'll need a technology to go and explore that world. So you have this kind of progression system. And I'm kind of wondering to myself, this progression system, does that mean that there are like higher level worlds where you have tech or minerals that are inaccessible? So you have to kind of upgrade your tech to go and explore these other worlds to then upgrade your tech even further, and then that sort of sets you on this journey to the center of the universe, as the team behind it have told us is like the ultimate objective, to get to the center of the universe. Keep on. You must be able to just keep on upgrading your ship and to let you get that distance. Rewards for discoveries. I'm not quite sure what you get for discoveries beyond, I mean, just the ability to name something, which is in itself really satisfying, and then these credits. Not quite sure of what you're going to be able to use them for yet. But yeah, that sort of covers off my notes and what I've learned about the game. Now, let's just talk about very briefly to summarize what I think of it. There is a potential downside, and I'm not sure about this yet, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. But I was left wondering, where are the tense moments? Where's the excitement? I didn't get a feeling that you were getting challenged at any point in time. So I'm left wondering, could this game get boring? Could it get boring quite quickly? I'm not saying that it's bad to have a very peaceful game, but you do need some level of tension. It's the same as a good novel. You need challenge. You need that excitement, basically, to keep it that simple. And from what I can tell, your gun is so overpowered that pretty much any animal that comes and attacks you on the fly, you can just shoot it down. So where's that tension? I haven't seen it yet. So do let me know if you've seen something I haven't, and fill in the gaps for me, because I'm trying to learn the game. But yeah, overall I really like it. I like the idea of having this this freelance explorer open world sort of game. I'm definitely going to buy it. I'm definitely going to play it. I'm going to play it on the channel. It doesn't look like it's particularly easy to watch. I mean, it's not, because it doesn't have these exciting, tense moments. It's not going to be the best gameplay series. It's not like The Long Dark, where you can set yourself a true challenge, from what I can tell. So I'm not sure how watchable it's going to be. But yeah, anyway, those are my observations, my thoughts. I'm going to play you all this gameplay footage in the background, taken from the live stream, so that is not my footage. I'll say that again just to be clear. But I hope you enjoy taking a little look at No Man's Sky and learning about the game a little bit. And we will be covering it again next weekend once we actually have the game in our hands. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao for now, boys.